Okay, so the next thing to do is to add a little bit more information so that we can actually start to build at least one surface to get us going. And what we want to do is just kind of close this guy off, so that'll give us all the surface edges. The way that I'm going to do that is going to draw a curve from there to there. And I'm going to turn its control points on. And then in plan, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a curvature. So what I'm trying to do is basically draw that little piece right there. And that's good enough for now. And so, let's see, if I split that with that, then what I've got is, so I've got an edge, 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 and that should be enough to build a surface. What I want to do is, since I'm going from a curve here, rather than having this be a straight line, I'm going to give that a little curvature. So I'm going to rebuild that, change it from degree 1 to degree 3, and then turn its control points on. And then I'm going to bow those out a little bit, just so that this curve is kind of similar to that one. And those are little that you may just, it's going to be trial and error, and you'll find that that'll give you a little bit of a better result. So if we take all of these, now we need to figure out what's the best command to complete this into a surface. And we can try surface from network of curves, but oftentimes it's going to fail if there's more than 4 edge curves. So what we could also try to do is we could try to sweep it if we consider that a profile and that a profile, and consider that a rail, and we could actually join those two into one rail. So let's try that. We sweep 2, first rail, second rail, cross section, cross section. And it looks like that's going to give us something that's pretty good. And you can kind of visually check it for continuity, and it actually looks alright. So that starts to give us our surface. And this is essentially the technique that we want to use. We have to just kind of figure out how to go around and continue to do this. So if we were going to carry it on down here, what we can do is start to trace out this piece. And again, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to kind of do this in quadrants. So this is going to be a little bit tricky, which is figuring out, because right now in plan you can see how flat that is. And we actually want that to kind of bow out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some estimations. I kind of want to get this piece down here and locate that in space. And it looks like it lines up pretty well with that one up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this edge, and then I'm going to mirror it, and then move it down. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it down so that that bottom edge lines up right there. And actually that's going to give me some helpful information, because I know I've got this elliptical base. So I'm going to draw that and set the center, and then snap to about there. Let's see if that starts to work. Okay. This is all going to be kind of trial and error. Okay, so now I know where this thing is supposed to end, so I'm going to turn its control points on. So I'm going to rebuild it. Let's change its control points to about 6. Turn it on. Okay. So I know that that point should go there. And then here I can just start to kind of visualize what that shape is supposed to be like. And so this one I'm doing a little bit differently than the way we did it before. So not like the surface or the curve from 2 views. Definitely a little bit of a different approach. And this is just kind of showing different ways that you can do it. And this one's a little bit more I don't know, kind of like you're sculpting it a little bit. So let's try that. And here's so a similar situation. I want to split this using that and that. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we'll just try, this time maybe we'll try a slightly different command. We'll use the patch command. And so that one will work too. And you can see that we get that surface built. And so this is kind of the technique that you want to do. You just sort of want to keep going around, building up the curves. And eventually, what we'll do is we'll get to something kind of like this. And you can see how I've had to go in and add information to help describe the overall curvature. And then what that'll do is it'll allow us to say take this. I have to make sure, so this one I want to join those two. If I take that, that, and that, those 4 curves should be enough using surface from network of curves to describe that surface. And then I can go in and I can take that and that, and let's say that, and I can do the same thing. Surface from network of curves is a great command, and it works best when you have 4 edge curves. And then oftentimes it will work really well even if you have these intermediate curves. So what I can do is if I join all of these, so if I've got that, and let's see, yeah, so if I go from there to there, that is the inside, that one, and then I'll take these intermediate curves to give it a little bit more information. Should be able to do surface from network of curves, and that's going to give me one big surface. And then here, I'm going to split that. Okay, so here I want to join those two. And then from that, I should be able to do that again. And then, you know, with a surface like this one right here, that one's probably going to be quite a bit trickier. I'm going to split that because it's 5 edge curves. This one I'll probably have to do as a patch. Yeah, and that'll resolve pretty well. And then, you know, you just kind of have to go around and figure out what's going to work best. So like this one, for example, this piece, I suspect that we might run into problems. Let's see, I need to split that. We might run into problems with a surface from network of curves. And this is an instance where you can actually do a sweep, where I'll take this as a profile and do a 2-rail sweep along those two. So it'll actually converge right at that point. Let's see how that works. So first rail, second rail, and then that's my cross section. And that actually works quite nicely. And so you can kind of see where this is going, and the idea is that you just build up, do it, you know, take advantage of the symmetry, build up all the 1/2 of it, and then this one, you know, this is simple, you can just do a straight extrusion. And you may end up getting some small seams, and it's quite likely that, yeah, when you join them, those will get resolved. So that's actually kind of nice. You don't need necessarily absolute perfection. And then once you get the half built, then you can mirror it and then join everything together into your final detergent bottle. Good luck.